afternoon, everyone. My name is Mukumela Sibata. You can call me Kumi. I am Rectron's product manager for Microsoft. And here with me, I have Naledi Mashishi, who will be doing a presentation on Teams. Main reasons because it's one of the biggest priorities in this new FY, and that's why we have her here to speak more about it. So enjoy.
Thank you, Gumi. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Are you tired? I know it's in the afternoon. Are you feeling sleepy? So let's just wake up a little bit for just 30 minutes. I think because we are running out of time, I won't just be long. And feel free to ask any questions, and I'm happy to answer questions afterwards. Here's my email address. So as Gumi said, I'm Naledi Mashishi. I'm the Teams technical specialist. I focus on employee experience, which is our Viva, but I will be expanding just a little bit to talk about some of the things on Teams. Great. So I will be talking about the collaborative apps and hybrid work flexibility. As you know, COVID happened, and now we are here. So taking a closer look right now, recently Microsoft published the Work Trend Index, 22nd of September. Satya Nadella, our CEO, announced that, right? And with findings from a study of more than 30,000 people from 31 countries. So 73% of people, they prefer, the flexible remote options to stay. They want to work hybridly. And we found that at the same time, 67% of the other section of people, what they prefer is that they want more in-person work or collaboration post-pandemic. Because right now, if I check in my situation, I joined Microsoft during COVID. So I was working from home, never interacted with anyone, never saw my manager for a long time. And now when the office started opening, I just enjoyed going more to the office. So I think I fall here because I want to go more to the office to interact with more people, have some side chats, and just ask for help around next to the desk. Hey, do you know this? Rather than having to set up a call and now having to sit and talk with someone online, right? So when I'm not sure if this is working properly. I don't know what happened. Let me quickly. Okay, I'll use my laptop. So right now, just looking at what COVID has done, we have the new operating model, right? And when we think about this model, we think about people, and we think about places, and we think about processes. That is what this transformation of a hybrid work model highlights. People, places, and processes to just empower our employees to thrive in a hybrid world of work. We're not saying whether you prefer working from home, we're just gonna forget about you because we are at the office. We're still gonna think about you and how we can make you more productive and more included in our day-to-day office work, right? So, and also when you just think about this, we need to think about those 3 dimensions of our workplace. Somebody has to have a work site, a work location, where they're working, and working hours, right? And it boils down to people, like that is how people work. And when you think about this, with Microsoft Teams, you can work anywhere. I can be in Zanzibar right now, enjoying the tropical land, but still having to attend calls and meeting customers online. And somebody right now can just go to the office every day, and they will still make that happen for everyone. So this just shows you how the world has changed, and this individual change may involve any or all these dimensions, right? So with our customers, we do advise managers to think about this, because we do know that not all organizations embrace this. Other organizations want people to be at the office full time. So we need to think about how we can include people in our organizations. So as you know, Teams is quite big, especially after COVID. Right now we have over 150 million daily active users on Microsoft Teams. So we need to meet the urgency needs to respond to this pandemic, to the pandemic. Organizations around the globe, that is when they tend to Microsoft Teams, right? And with Teams, they're just thinking, what can we do, right? We're looking for a new workplace beyond meetings and chats. As you know, Teams mostly you call, you chat, you take meetings, but there's actually more into it. The collaborative apps, which I'm gonna tap more into them as well. And right now, Teams is not something that you can think of it as a meeting platform or a chat platform only, but it brings people together. That is where you get your work done. And this is a single solution that could manage all the workloads that you have, to stay connected, to stay collaborative, you know, and also automate processes and workflows. So it is that solution that organizations rely on to bring people together digitally and maintain business continuity. We need to think of it that way. So as I said, with collaborative apps in Teams, and I'm just going to tap into, it's going to take me to the employee experience that we have, which is where I focus on usually. So our CEO said, just looked at this hybrid work model and say, it's not going to be easier, it's just going to be complex, because now you have to think about, how do I include someone that is at home? And how do I make sure that people can work wherever they are and without forcing them to come to the office and socialize? Because some of the people, they still need to adjust to that. Some other people have to pick up their kids at 2 from school, and they still need to take meetings on their way. So we need to really think about that, how people have, got used to being at home with your kids and, doing those little drives from schools and having those mini conversations. Those matter to other people as well. So as I've said, people need to be connected from anywhere at any time or any device. But also that brings a lot of challenges, especially for organizations, right? What collaboration tools are you going to use, or are you going to provide for your employees or for your customers, right? And when you just think about it, Teams as a go-to hub for hybrid collaboration, you just have to think about, for example, the frontline workers, they still need to do some of the sheets, and we can capture that on Teams, and that is one of the collaboration tools that they can use. But they had to think about it, how do we collaborate or integrate that on Teams without just getting outside of the Teams? When they're having chats, they can still be busy on the apps that are integrated there. As I said, Teams, it is your go-to hub for hybrid collaboration. So we have our own hybrid workforce, and we make tools for other companies that have hybrid and remote teams. We know that customers use Teams every day, right? And I'm sure as partners, you do know that. But don't always realize what's possible with Teams platform, and which I'm gonna tap into just now. Let me quickly think. And just thinking about it, the hybrid work model that I just talked about, you need to make people included. They need to be heard while they're in a meeting. They need to be seen. And at the same time, they still need to collaborate with one another. They need to be seen, they need to collaborate, and that is when we enable this collaboration. We provide ways to create and share content both and during and after the meeting. You can co-author your Excel document while you're attending a meeting. While somebody is taking notes on that, you can still be able to author or just make contribution to those notes, so you don't get left behind. or you know how to include or just share your thoughts as well. So we need to get most out of our meetings, not just get there, attend, hi everyone, how are you doing? Thank you, bye. What do you think about this, right? And with all of that, it doesn't just come up with all the calls in the meeting, but it comes up with a high quality experiences. You can join from any devices that you have, as you know, and it comes up with the intelligent and inclusive modules that we have, right? And you can have live captions and you can have searchable transcripts over there. And it is also integrated with calling and Teams phone and full PSTN support. And that is when we tap into our Teams calling and calling plans and phones. So this is what I've been talking about when I say collaborative apps. And we're going to talk and spend more time, and I'm going to show you how I do it as a Microsoft employee, how I feel included, or how I engage with other employees at work. So what we needed is a new approach and a new category of technology solutions, right? And we call it Microsoft Viva, our employee experience platform. So this is a digital platform that puts people at the center, and by bringing together systems of work, right, with systems of support into an integrated employee experience. So with this, you can empower your employees by learning and development and skilling and training so they can grow. And also it taps into the insights and well-being. So now you're thinking about how are my employees feeling around work? Are they, burnt out, or are they multitasking during meetings? And what is the reason? You get to have those conversations with your employees as a leader to find out how your employees are doing and how your team is doing, right? And it fosters purpose and alignment. That is when some of our modules comes in Viva Goals, where you can set your OKRs and make sure that your team can collaborate and work on the goals of a team together. Any questions so far? Okay, great. So this is the Microsoft Viva. And right now, there are new modules that are coming up in 2023. And what they did is right now, they categorized it into 4 pillars. Before that, we have Viva Learning, Viva Insights, Viva Connections, and Viva Engage. Right now, we have Viva Goals. And right now, the new modules that are upcoming is Viva Amplify, Viva Pulse, and yeah, those are the 2 main ones that are upcoming. So with Viva Insights, what is more about is just about improving productivity. And I'm sure maybe if you're using Teams right now, you have Viva Insights, but probably not a whole package or the premium subscription. If you do, that is great. So what it does is that it improves your productivity. It will tell you, okay, right now you need to set up a focus time. Focus time, you can choose whatever that you want to do. You can either do your training at that time or you reply to emails during that time. It also has some headspace where you can say, I feel a little bit overwhelmed right now. Maybe a meditation of some sort would assist me, and you can take your meditation, right? And also what it does, what it assists you with a virtual commute. I will show you right now on my demo. After work, maybe you are joining from the office, you feel like, okay, now I'm done, and you have this virtual commute. It just reminds you of the task that you have set up during the day. Say, I want to reply to Zadili's email regarding this. I want to follow up on a customer matter. And it's just going to ask you, did you do that? Or should I remind you the next day? Those kind of things. It just keeps you on your toes, and it's just, I think that can assist you in your workday, because it can be overwhelming, right? You can forget about important tasks, and you can just forget about your mental well-being. And what we have as well, we have Viva Topics, which I will also show you how it works. So it uses AI, so it's just a knowledge content where you can find more about the topics or just knowledge around your company, and it brings it together. You will see the people that contributed to that topic. You will see all the resources associated with that topic. I want to spend more time just also showing you. And we have Viva Source, which sits under our Biz App team right now. So it is more of a CRM experience. It does not replace Dynamics. It is, you can integrate it with Dynamics or any CRM tool that you have. So I talked more about insights, right? And it can also be catered into the manager insight. You have your personal insights that you probably have right now on Teams that tell you more about what you need to do, the daily briefing, just reminds you and helps you to be productive, right? And it also taps into, as I said, the manager insights. It taps into how successful your team is or how you can make your team successful by allowing you to have those conversations with your team members. What can I do better? By just showing all the stats that would be coming up. Your team joined meetings late or something, but it doesn't tap into the personal insights of your team members, or it doesn't let you be the bossy manager, that people think insights, it does. The reason I'm just keeping that, I will tap more into it into my demo. So what it does is things like culture and connection have always been valuable in companies, but intangible and hard to quantify, right? So Viva impacts on the bottom line, and the first interviews customers who adopted Viva over last year and found that they have achieved a significant benefits, including 50% faster onboarding time for their employees. So there is a business value in using Microsoft Viva. It can help to onboard your employees faster using the Viva Learning, where they can get all their training but without exiting Teams. They can do everything around Teams because all the apps are integrated into Teams. So as I said, this is the Viva Suite that we have. This is the premium subscription. And I will tap into the pricing and licensing if you might be interested in that. So any questions for now? Another thing with Viva, we can integrate most of the apps from our partners within Viva and within Viva Teams. And I will show you with Learning. With Learning, we can integrate so many apps or so many other learning management systems into Viva. So I have a demo where I'm going to showcase all the Viva modules that I talked about and just show you how I use them and how you can use them. So if you have any questions right now, please let me know. So over here, I'm using a demo setup. You can see it. Let me quickly do this. Apologies. Should be coming up now. Can you see it on your side? And I'm moving everything, but I don't know what is coming. It is on edge. Because I'm trying to. Apologies about this.
on this?
No, it's here. This is the one.
You might have it on your second monitor.
Yeah, it's not on the second.
Oh, okay.
Is it there?
You just click and drag, and you should be able to get it on.
Oh.
So I click the.
Doesn't go through.
It doesn't.
try
I
it
think
over.
that's right.
There we go. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, great. I tried to do the redundancy. Thank you. Apologies about that. So over here, I'm using a demo because I don't want to showcase my Microsoft and show confidential information. So this is our Teams. And if you come up, I'm not sure if this is still working, but it's okay. So over here we have apps, those collaborative apps that I was talking about. Okay. I'm moving it. Yeah, great. So apologies. So these are the apps. And over here, if you come up here and just search Viva and pin all those apps, you will get Viva Learning, Viva Engage, and all the other modules, right? So here, this is the landing page in Viva Connections. Okay. Is there a better way to do it on it? Yeah, and this.
You want to change it to?
Yeah, please. Because it will be much easier and quicker. Apologies.
That's just.
Sorry. Is it going to affect the.
No, it won't.
Or it's not going to affect the lab? Okay.
So you have it on.
I have it this
Yeah, so you need to set to extend these. You need to be duplicate these displays. There you go. Now,
Thank you.
awesome.
Much better. So these are the apps. And if I just search Viva Connection, there we go. I already have it. So this is the landing page. So what Viva Connections is more of your corporate intranet. This is where you get more information about what is going on around your company, all the tasks or the upcoming events that might be coming, or all the announcements. You don't have to wait or be lost or where somebody asks, okay, I'm not sure if you heard about this, but you will see it here and find more about it, right? And if I go down, it will also show you the news and articles and what is new around the company or anything related to your company. And users can personalize this. So customers can personalize this according to their organization. And if they want to show salary information on their dashboard, they can still do that, whatever way they want to do it, and make it easier for their customers or for their employees, right? Here I can see my upcoming events for me, and I still don't have to go to any other application that is outside of Teams. I'm still in Teams right now. So all the conversation, and that is where Yama comes in, Viva Engage, where you can still communicate and collaborate with your employees around and ask questions. What does this mean? How do you help this customer? And share all the knowledge, right? And over here we have a social feed. You can see over here Twitter. You can also talk about whatever thing that you want to talk about with the employees around Twitter and see the latest news on Twitter as well. Yeah, so around, if you see here, there are topics that are highlighted and underlined. So if I hover around this topic, I will get a topic card. And that is when Viva Topics comes in, still integrated. And remember, I'm still on Viva Connections. Topic card is where you get more detail around that topic, view details, what this topic is all about, and all the resources that are associated with that topic, and all the people that contributed to that or associated to that topic, right? And if I come up here, I want to know more about this contorso. What is that contorso? I don't know what just happened. Okay, there we go. And this is a topic page where you get to know more about the topic that you clicked. You see all the contributed or suggested people that they think that they contributed to this resource. And you get all the suggested files and pages that are associated with that contour. And now you can read more about it. And what you can do is that you can manage this topic page for your organization. So you can have knowledge managers to manage this, to add more information into this, or to add more people associated with this, or to add more topics, right? And this is also built on SharePoint. So how is it built on SharePoint is that also when you manage it or when you publish a new topic here, you can also add a work part or a picture associated with this contour or a video that your employees will benefit from. So you get all the knowledge and all the content around here. Over here you see different pages around this topic. You see all the pages that you can include. You can also add new pages to this or new files that are associated with this. So everybody can just do this around your company, just trying to help one another. Because you can imagine, let's just say I'm new to Microsoft and I don't know where to get this information. I don't know what Contoso is, but this topic card and this topic page can help me find more information without contacting anyone. Or without using any other application, but I can find all the resources associated with this. It makes life much more easier. It makes being around Microsoft, and I will feel included because I know where to get information around this. So now when you go into Viva Learning, there's another module that we have. So with Viva Learning, what you get, I think there's something very important to mention is that by default, you get 125 LinkedIn learning courses. So if you want more, obviously you have to get a premium license for LinkedIn, but by default, you will have 125 LinkedIn learning courses. So over here, I can just see everything around my training or the learning that I have to do. And what you can do is that you can manage it, or you can recommend or share some of the learning or courses with your employees. So you can also bookmark courses that you want to do later, or share them with your employees, as I've said. So over here, I can see that I'm Megan, the marketing manager at this point, and I have 19 recommended courses for me from my peers, and I have bookmarked 85, and I have recently viewed 20, right? And if you just go down, you can also categorize these courses by providers. As I said, you can integrate some of the learning management systems here. So if your company is using SAP SuccessFactors, you can also integrate it here. Or any other learning management systems. You can see learnings by providers. These are from Link, from Word. So you can also categorize it according to duration. You say, no, I don't have much time during my day. I just want to do a 10 minutes course today or every day. And you can just come here and see courses under 10 minutes, right? Any questions so far? I know going over and over and not asking if you have any questions. Okay, great. No questions, all right.
I was going to ask if it is integrated with Microsoft courses. So I think it would be interesting, Microsoft courses.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I think it would be interesting to see what kind of learning parts from Microsoft.
Okay, so you're asking if this is integrated with Microsoft courses? Yes, it is. So there are some of the courses that you get from, yeah. So, yeah, this is Viva Learning. There's more to it. I'm just, trying to save time. And also you have Viva Insights that I talked about, where you can book your, focus time, and also you can just check your effective meetings and your teamwork habits. So with your effective meetings, there is a thing where you can send out after each and every meeting that you have for the attendees to say, please fill up this survey or this poll about how you think my meeting was. And it's going to aggregate all the information afterwards and put it into percentage to say, we have had this effective meetings, maybe 60% of them or 5% people think, this was not what they expected, or then it helps you to do better, right? To improve on yourself and to grow as well. So, and as well, this teamwork habits, this fosters, working as a team. How do you guys do that? You can set up a one-on-one time with your team member. It helps you because you can just get all busy with customers, go to this meeting and that, and sometimes we get to have a chat with your team member, and which is very important, I think, especially when you look at teamwork. And you can also send out praises to your team members to say, hey, I think Zandile was very helpful. Then you send a praise, and that is a level of gratitude you have. You're so grateful for your team members as well, and it really impacts on your team members as well and how they work with you. So any questions? Okay.
Does this also factor in your ad hoc chats and calls? Because I think you mentioned you set up one-on-one sessions with
Yeah.
and you collaborate, but sometimes you find, or most of the time, it's actually on an ad hoc basis where there's not even time to set up a call. Quickly pick up the phone, do a Teams call, share your screen.
Yeah, it
escalate
does.
quickly.
It does factor into that. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna pause here. There's really much more information into it, but I'm just thinking about time, running out of time. So I just showed you how all these apps are integrated into Teams, and how you can collaborate with your employees, or how customers can do that using Teams as an integrated system and an employee experience platform without getting outside of Teams. And also just thinking about the hybrid work. How do we do that? How do I make my employee or my colleague, feel included in meetings when they're at home? And we can just think about the Teams meeting rooms as well. Apologies, I did not have time to tap into that, but feel free to email me, and I can also direct you to some of the specialists that we have at Microsoft that can assist you with that, and especially also with the security that comes with Teams. Thank you so much. Any questions? All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Yeah.